at Etihad Stadium right now for the opening bounce back at the helm for Sunday Twilight Footy. Here's Sandy Roberts.
Thank you, Dwayne, and good to be back. This could be an absolute belter. Todd Goldstein in wonderful form, and away he goes. He wins the first tap, tried to get it down to Wells. Zeebel's got it, and he's taken high. Jack Zeebel, 19 tackles last week. A record equaling Jude Bolton as he goes down towards Brown and co. Pearce is there, almost implies a high tackle as well, but gets away with it. Lockie Neal's at the bottom of the pack. He gets it out. Fife's in trouble. Slanging a 360. Gets the benefit of the doubt. Kangas a chance to maintain control once again through Tarrant, who takes the hand pass from Del Santo up towards half forward. Pearce got a hand to it, but that was all. An opportunity now for Sheridan. Fremantle defence under pressure early. High tackle, and it's going against Pearce. And Thomas will take the free kick just inside the 50 on a 45-degree angle.
2 high tackles within 45 seconds.
Lindsay, to date, has just the 1 goal from the first 3 matches.
He did all but grab his tackler's hand and put it around his neck.
Unlike Lindsay. So let's see what he can do. Can he get the Kangas away to a flying start? A slow, deliberate approach. Good-looking kick. That is a magnificent start for the Kangaroos. Thomas gets the opening goal.
Yeah, good start for North Melbourne. This is the strength of their game, Derm. One of the most accurate set shots in the competition, North Melbourne as a whole, and a big part of their wins. Really got them over the line last week against Melbourne. Just see here Lindsay Thomas. Now, you've got to be aware that Daniel Pearce needs to know his player, needs to be aware he knows that Thomas just drops his body weight ever so slightly. That was enough to get a little bit high. The umpire's right on it. Beautiful strike. Fantastic kick through it.
Kingy, your seat 1A of this bandwagon. Should that tackle not be too high?
Well, I think if you lower your height, you take the risk. We've got to protect the players from themselves. You don't want their head being placed in any area of vulnerability. I don't like it, Dwayne, but it's not changing anytime soon.
Well, keep rattling that cage, Kingy. As North Melbourne keep rattling the cage forward. Thomas, and a tap on Higgins. That is as good as it gets.
Really hard to combat this, isn't it, Jeremy? When you've got guys like Lindsay Thomas, Higgins, Wells and Boomer Harvey charging out the centre square or off half-forward flank or off the wing, just trying to get this match up. We'll just see. Got a lot of forward momentum. Able to keep it moving. Jack Zeebel kicks it out, which he does really well. Higgins straight onto it. And what they do is they swap a lot. Higgins starts at half-forward, comes into the midfield. Wells comes from a wing. Boomer starts in the middle as well. It's always got that forward momentum towards goals.
2.5 minutes gone, and the Kangas have got the opening 2 goals on the board.
They can't afford to panic, though, the Dockers. Still play the same. That goal is purely come from luck. Apart from the centre bounce clearance, it's a real lucky goal.
Wins it, but Neal couldn't take it. Comes wide to Subin. He gets a hurried punt kick down towards Pavlich, who turned and anticipated the bounce. Now he soccers off the ground, and it's pushed wide. It's a behind.
Robbie Tarrant with the job on Matty Pavlich.
Quickly back into play, McDonald. Marks in the pocket. Right is ignored short. He may go laterally or down the line, and it is the latter. Towards Goldstein. Brown's at the back. Read it better. Johnson on the mark. He goes inboard to Sam Wright. Wright goes short to Wells. Wells long and low to Zeebel. Effective.
Getting a bit of it.
He is. He's been in good form. Putting them inside 50 just. No mark taken. Petrie is there. The big man has it now, but he's held up. Neal's ready to steal it. He does try and get it out. A hurried kick was touched, goes over the head of Brown. He gets another chance, the big man. Gives it off once again to Wells, who's running. Now he's got to give the hand pass away, and he does to Ackley, who blazes away to the left and one behind.
Subin quickly to the pocket. Spur drives it long. Taberner Half a hand on it, goes back and gets it. Runs back into a hard tackle though, put himself in Gibson's arms. Boomer a touch. Brown bangs it to the pocket, and for the first time this afternoon, Jared Wade has a chance. Opens up the angle. Oh, that would have hurt.
Just dominating around the football at the moment, North Melbourne. Fremantle really having problems getting it out of their back half. That's been the problem all year, so let's watch this closely. Just 15 metres.
Daniel Pearce.
You have a look at that down the ground shot. The square is completely vacant, so if they can take advantage, be brave and try and go through there, they're going to get some penetration.
Fife gets the hand pass to Walters, who goes to Pavlich, who plucks it with the one arm. Now he's got a problem. He's got to get round. Goes onto the left boot. The ball stays in play. It's going to be to the advantage of North Melbourne. Attlee takes the hand pass. The Kangaroo defence working beautifully as they come away towards centre wing. 3 bounces. He can go again if he wants to. Number 4, the big man Ferrito. Centering ball now. Thomas tries to use the body, but he's outpointed. Weller, a chance, leaves it. Pearce can go wide.
Great
chase. Ferrito, well done. That was by Thomas. Del Santo backpedals to Zeeble. He's got it on centre wing.
I think that's fantastic. If there's one area critical of Lindsay, it's his permission he gives to the opposition to run away from him. But if he runs down like that, you know he's on.
Harvey, delightful pass to Del Santo, short to Cunnington.
Gee, they're flooding the numbers back, Fremantle. Very early, putting 2-3 players behind the ball ahead of time.
Towards White. Wells is lurking, but the boundary line too close for everyone. Now we've got to throw in. Let's have another look at that chase, Dermot.
That's intent. And that's the one area he doesn't show real intent all the time. So switch that on, keep that going until the final siren.
He's rewarded himself with a little spell on the bench.
Tired.
He was there anyway. Maybe he was coming there anyway. From the scramble inside 50.
Oh, come on, you're saying he had a drive-by tackle on the way to the bench.
Saying that he was so keen to do the team thing and get off quickly when he was asked to. He put the Jets on last second. Higgins started well. Harvey. Del Santo, there's another flick on.
Yeah.
Jacobs around the body towards full forward. No free kick given there. Wood had a good piece of it, and they had a good piece of him. Higgins, that bends, and this is starting to hurt early. He's got 2.
Danger signs already done. These small forwards are causing havoc for North Melbourne.
Talent by foot.
Yes.
It's through the roof at this bloke.
Yeah, it is. And you already have a look at the contested possessions. North Melbourne 15 to Fremantle 6. So they're dominating around the football, loading up with a lot of pressure. Fremantle are trying to get numbers behind the ball, but the North Melbourne players are going in there with them. They're matching them numbers for number. It's Sean Higgins, good start, 2 goals.
Already up to a 19-point advantage to North Melbourne, with Sean Higgins getting his second. Higgins, Wells, Del Santo, Harvey, the little men doing the job. Zeeble back in the middle with Goldstein and Griffin. And a perfect bounce for the 2 big men. Both get a hand on it. Trying to get it out initially was Jacobs. They go forward again to Wright. And now they look to McMillan, who goes high up towards the 50-metre line. Dawson in his 150th game slaps it clear, but Del Santo has possession now, goes towards Attlee. Kangaroos doing all the attacking. McMillan again towards the 50. Watch the bounce. Pearce loses the hand pass. Dangerous. It was taken by Wood. Close to the boundary line, was it? And throw in. But the Kangaroos doing all the attacking. 5 scoring shots to 1 at the moment. Goldstein from behind. It's going to be okay. Hill hurriedly towards centre wing. Tarrant, was he held by Pavlich? Ball drifts over the line.
Crowd yet to find full voice. A little quiet, the North Melbourne fans. Not a monstrous crowd in. Their fan base will grow as they continue this unbeaten run to start the season. Umpire wants them to keep going with it. That's umpire Schmidt. The 3 umpires, Jordan Bannister, Jeff Dalglish and Justin Schmidt, calls for the ball up.
In the Fremantle defensive 50, they've already made a +1. Lee Spur is the extra back there, expected to run forward with the ball, with the flow out.
And that's probably why North Melbourne had a spare back right to McMillan.
And Spur was in deep discussion with Ross Lyon before the game.
Before the game,
noticed.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that role, the importance of that 7th defender today.
McMillan, who's just signed a new deal. Splendid pass, Higgins. Hatley. And the switch to the open side is on. Thompson holds it up. He waits for Wright. He ignores Wright, goes down the middle. Swallow. Harvey leads short. In his direction, got it.
Got a good split there, got a screen from a teammate just to get clear of Ibbotson on the mark.
Petrie leads in his direction. Crunch to the back. Danger again. Hand off. Gibson gets into the party.
Such a clever kick going in. We mentioned Lee Spur's the extra man in defence, but what he does is the kicker takes into effect Lee Spur, plonks it on his head. Watch where the ball goes. Watch Spur peel off here. On top of his head. Bang! Over it goes. He actually uses him as a crash test dummy. Says, yeah, ride the bag here and bring it down. Great kick.
Sam Gibson gets the goal in his 89th straight game, down to David King on the boundary line. Kingy?
You can just see the Kangaroos pull 6 or 7 players back inside the forward 50 when they were just chipping the ball around, exposing space, trying to challenge these Fremantle midfielders to defend, and they failed.
Crozier tries to get it out for the Dockers, finds Weller. He swings around and puts them deep inside 50 on a rare occasion. Smashed clear, but waiting down is Pavlich. He should get their first goal for the day, and he does.
Well done by Pav. Been in pretty good form. I think he's moving pretty well this year, Durham. Now, a lot's been said about his age. He's 34, but he's been a solid contributor considering the lack of ball supply he's had in the forward line today. So he's sort of back as their deepest forward at the moment. Fremantle's after the move on here now.
Came out of the middle then, Brown. He's just going over the 50 now.
He did, yeah. So he comes out, flies down, and that's pretty good. So he's still moving pretty well to be able to do that, too.
He'll feel young today, Brownie. He's 34, but he's 3 years younger than Boomer.
That's right.
He no longer really plays like a true power key forward. He scrounges goals, he uses them he gets them by cleverness and the like. So that one again, he kicked as a midfielder, but he's in a good run at the moment.
Goldstein's second effort and the steal. Ballantyne spears that to 5, playing full forward.
Yeah, he started as the deepest forward there. About 30 metres out from goal. Expect to see this a fair bit today, Dwayne, I would have thought. 5-1 out. Very good early jump. He was able to get the turn on his man, though. Turned early, got him behind his defender, which is Michael Ferrito. And it was a really well-weighted kick, I thought.
Well, Ferrito was on Pavlich before, so they're just like the olden days swappers of Ruck Rover. There's a fair chance it's going through.
They got in late, but at least they've turned up now.
He's well played, and Nat 5 dangerous in this situation. Sitting about 30, 35 metres out from goal at the centre bounce turn. Very nervous for a defender. He leaves the space behind him. Good intercept, good smother there by Pav. Well done by Ballantyne. He noticed that Fife was able to get behind Frito and just weighted it to his left shoulder, and Fife was able to come back at the ball. He jumps well in the air, doesn't he?
Kind of jumps backwards to the ball. Good jump.
Matt Fife gets his 100th career goal. And the Dockers second for the afternoon.
Playing very high, the Fremantle Dockers forwards. 40 out is the deepest Fremantle now.
That'll be... Well, it's going to be a free kick. I thought it might have been recalled momentarily. But it's Goldstein in the middle.
Play on.
And with the left foot in towards half forward. No one able to take it cleanly. Spur takes the hand pass. Johnson. Wide to the outer side. Griffin's got a run, but he won't catch Goldie.
Just not great composure there. They had Daniel Pearce in the opposite back pocket all by himself. If they can get it out to him, they're off to the races down the other wing.
Zeeble sent it forward. Langdon repels. He goes back towards Griffin. Can they start something up with their third goal? Goes back to Griffin, coming from Ibbotson. Up towards the 50. Ballantyne is dangerous at the back. Now he sneaks in front, gets the hand pass away. An opportunity for Barlow. Goes with another penetrating hand pass. Back inside 50. Have they overdone it? Wells, a ferocious tackle. That was on Weller. He's lost it, but they've still got possession. Flicked in towards full forward. Over the top it goes. Crazy was at the back. He needs support. He's got it in Ballantyne. He's claimed a hurried kick. A clever kick goes towards the boundary line. Did it go over? Yes, it did.
Oh, deliberate.
Oh. Now, that is the first time we've seen a deliberate where the player has escorted it over and not touched it.
Pearce, the recipient. Fife couldn't take it. Sock it off the ground. And one behind.
I have no doubt when it left. Tara, that's not great news.
He's coming from the ground. Looks like an ankle problem there. He's just rolled it on the way into that pack and just lost his left foot there.
Yeah. I'm with you, Derm. If you leave it roll out, I think the kicker's got an out.
It's not a great look. I think the AFL needs to address that.
Wood got there, couldn't take the mark. Johnson, Barlow. Been a slight momentum change, but North about to steal it back again. No one's forward about it. He could go all the way home. He puts the Jets off. The kick is across the face a little. And a little is exactly what it was.
Isn't it exciting when you get one of those running... Bruce Springsteen, the last chance power drive.
Oh, I thought you were going to born to run.
Well, he is born to run. It's so exciting when they get the ball in hand and you know there's nothing between them and the goal face.
I'm on fire, one of the two.
They're all right. Neil, up towards Fife. Like going back in time to 3XY. Jiminy cricket. So Fife with the footy.
It is exciting. The pace in the game now from people like Atley is extraordinary.
The switch is on. They can come right across the ground and they're going to do that towards Sutcliffe. He can go wide to Pearce. This is Daniel. Up towards half forward. Barlow stretching.
He's got to dive for that.
There in time. No, he didn't. Did he?
No, you've got to dive. You dive for that, you mark it on the chest. He's stuffed. He's run all over the field in the opening 10 minutes, but you've got to dive that one.
Still continues to be a problem for Daniel Pearce, though. He needs to be able to hit those targets. He's in the side for his kicking.
Brown and Taverner contesting the throw in. Barlow goes in hard again. Brown gets felled with the ball.
Some of their better players, Brownie, have had really poor seasons by foot. Pearce, Fife's been poor. Mundy, who's obviously not playing today, was poor. They're just really letting them down.
Yeah, Mundy's such a pure kick at the best of times, isn't he?
Fife trying to get it out. Swallow taken down by Neil. Still down.
And it's interesting to hear Ross Lyon talk to King before the game about trying to move with that composure, especially by foot. They kick the ball more than any side in the competition, but their kickers are letting them down. It's hurting their game style.
Third man up was Cunnington. Barlow wrapped up by Wells. Did he have Pryor? No. Good wing tackle. Cunnington back. Missed Swallow. Neil flicks it up. Walters back to Neil. Rolls it to 50. Tackle late by Weller. Wood gathers. And there's space if they can get it going. Petrie looks up and they all roll. Wells, a little knockback. Not sure Petrie was on the same page there. Pearce gets it back. Fife, sidestep. Back to Pearce. He's on his left. And a lace-out pass. Crozier.
Oh, great contest.
Intensity's gone up here. Ballantyne caught a little high. Plays on advantage. Taverner doesn't want to go.
Oh, and collected too, Ballantyne.
Hey guys, I just get the feeling that Fremantle have said, step into the office. You want to get physical. All right, we've had a poor start, but this is what we're made for.
Ballantyne about to send it to the square. Sits it up. Big pack flies. Thompson down. Brown hacks it away. It'll be coming back. And it might be coming back over his head.
It's when Fremantle at their best. When Michael Johnson gets set up behind the football, take intercept marks. We haven't seen much of that this season. Michael Johnson had his hands full on the opposition's best forwards.
He's kicked game winners from spots like this. Well, dances around, gains a couple of metres, gets under it, it sails. And
it's just, they've just been jabbed on the jaw here, Fremantle, and they're a little bit stung, and I reckon they're up for the fight now.
Swallow to Thompson.
Playing the one extra down the back now, so there should be a +1 for North Melbourne somewhere in the midfield. They should be able to pick their way through short by foot if they're accurate enough.
Wells to Del Santo.
This is the problem for Fremantle, that they're exclusively a score from clearance, score from centre bounce team. They've already scored their only 2 goals from centre bounce. They need to find a way to force turnovers in this area of the ground.
Wells to McDonald, and they head to the outer side where McMillan is lurking. Attlee's short, thinks about him, but then decides to come back from whence it came to Thompson. Patiently trying to manoeuvre their way through Del Santo, down towards Higgins. Almost claimed, but he gets his kick to Zeeble. Hammered away from Zeeble. Well done by Johnson. Now an opportunity for the Dockers through Sheridan. Into the middle they go. Main has it. He looks towards the 50-metre line. The pass is good. And Walters takes the mark.
It's come around.
Goes bang with a big bomb. It's coming back, but not enough. And through for one behind.
The original kick should have gone to Ballantyne. He led to the fat side of the ground. It went to Walters on that chip kick, but if he had to put it out on the 45 to the fat side of the ground, Ballantyne would have marked 30 metres out. Pretty well corridor.
Their intensity's lifted here, Derm.
Oh, my word, it has.
Last 5 minutes especially, the ball's been in Fremantle's half for most of the game. Most of the time.
Thompson used his body well. Half caught by Subban. Didn't quite get away with it. Alex Pearce put the hand away. Bang! Holding the ball.
That's all right. He's having a go. He's charging at the footy.
If you just joined us, North Melbourne kicked the first 4 goals of this game. Fremantle has kicked the last 2.
Played 15 games. You don't mind it if a youngster still charges, makes a beeline at the footy. That's a shank.
Yeah, and it might work. The mongrel, the deflection. Zeeble looks up. Brown, open goal. Needs to bounce. Sat on his head. Strolls in. And the party continues.
You often look at those passages of play and say, the kick that fooled everybody was an accidental kick. If you can get them accidentally, why can't you?
Look at this for a hit to Scotty Thompson, known for his hardness.
Super.
That got the North boys back into the action, didn't it? And North do this well. They transition really quick from their defence, Stern. They can catch sides out. But pick up there by Drewy Petrie. Yeah, and they've got some speed off half back. We've seen Attlee involved already. McMillan's been good.
So the Kangaroos withstanding the Dockers' barrage of aggression in the last 6 or 7 minutes and replying with the goal. Jack Zeeble.
6 possessions, all of them kicks.
Been good.
He's been busy, hasn't he? And good efficiency too. Out of the middle once again. Cunnington. That's where you usually find him, at the bottom of the pack. Subban's got him covered.
Separate rights, boys. Coming back this way, space.
Goldstein looking for Cunnington. Smashed into the middle. Cunnington's got it. Subban had him, but he got away from him. He tries to find Attlee, but Main had him covered. Out the back, they may get a chance through Hill to get away. They do. Up towards the forward line once again. Pavlich, the big fist of Thompson. He might take it again. Ferrito has got a free kick.
You've got Robbie Tarrant just running up and down the boundary line here, just trying to prove his fitness to the medical staff. It'd be a big loss for the Kangaroos back 6 if he can't get back out there, given the marking power of Pavlich and Fife when he rolls forward.
Ankle or knee, Kingy?
I think it's a left ankle.
David King on the boundary line, the dual North Melbourne Premiership player. McMillan goes towards centre wing. Brown at the back. One grab, couldn't complete it. Higgins in front. Cunnington in the middle. Gets it towards Harvey. Flicks it wide to Higgins, but he just runs out of room and the boundary line wins.
Just the 10 premierships between our 3 experts today. Dermot Brereton, Jonathan Brown, David King. Fantastic football is becoming thick and fast in this AFL season. And this looks like another ripper as well. Subban, little hand on it. Higgins, Cunnington, Del Santo, Harvey. Little bump to the back of Gibson. Good collect by Neil. Subban. Fife, almost a throw. Sheridan. And they get away with it. Short pass is good from Sutcliffe. Pavlich looks at the pocket. Walters, he's potted over his head.
Overcooked it.
You're right. He is feeling good, boys. He's not feeling 34 years old. Too much power in the legs for old Pat there. But probably on the wrong side there, Nicky Walters was anyway. He's a left footer.
The way he kicked that, he had the distance covered if he had a set shot it.
Griffin flicks it out the back, but it's Swallow there to retrieve it for the Kangaroos. Right, claim, could have been taken high. Atley tries to strike a tackle.
That's good.
Not successful. 5.
Look, they're slaying on him.
3 of them.
And he carries all of them, and they can't take him to the ground.
Benny Jacobs has been tagging him, chasing Nat Fyfe, and Nat Fyfe's trying to get to Benny Cunnington. But Jacobs won't release the tag. He's sticking to it.
He's like a giant carrying 3 suitcases. Yeah. Smashed over the line from behind.
That's often spoken about in team meetings. When a player gets tagged, you tell that player that's getting tagged to go and pick up the opposition's best midfielder, or most dangerous midfielder. It just becomes a real battle of minds. Who sticks with the matchup the longest? At the moment, Jacobs still willing to stick with Nat Fyfe until otherwise directed by the North Melbourne coaching staff.
McMillan to the outer side. Griffin got a hand on it. Swallow, claimed, gives it towards Thomas, who paddles it forward. It's been a feature of the Kangas game in this first quarter. Just paddling and towards Goldstein. Couldn't take it. Good interception from Fyfe, however. Now they've got a chance. Main takes the mark just outside 50. He's got Subin running wide, and he's got Hill, and it's Hill he chooses. He steadies, doesn't try and overkick it, but he's away to the right, and that is a wasted opportunity.
Oh, Ross will hate that. That's a golden opportunity. For the shots that Fremantle get at the goal face, that's got to be put away.
Still hasn't kicked a goal this year. Stephen Hill, McDonald.
Same thing's hurting him, Dwayne. 63% Fremantle are going at. Well down.
Higgins back, McMillan. Harvey tried to affect the spoil in the end, thought about going the man to the mark, taken by Sheridan. Dangerous kick, but fortune might favour the Brave here. Seems to be favouring the Brave this season. Neil. Teams that take it on, score high. Aggressive.
Alex got a bit of space around him if he can go down the line.
They on the call, Sutcliffe told to go. Doesn't want to blaze away and kick it to the spare man. Wait, makes the contest. Free kick.
Can't play on from a mark.
Free kick, they were away there. They would have continued.
That's 2 overhead marks in a row for Lockie Neal. I don't reckon he's got 2 in his career. Oh, he's a fantastic player.
Mark that. Off knuckles. Fyfe. Pavlich. Weller. Good centering kick to the square. That Taberner just over his head, wasn't touched. Is now.
All clear.
Now behind.
Thank you. Mark's here. Let's run all.
So the Dockers peppering, but unable to convert on the scoreboard at the moment, and with just a minute and a half remaining in the term. Goldstein has it. He'll go back towards Atley. He may go to Del Santo. He does on the last line of defence. Short to right. He's at half back. Now he's put a bit of pressure on Jacobs. Had to beat a couple on that occasion. They may get out of it. Higgins, if he keeps it in play, can just pop it over the top, and he does. Now they go Jacobs again. Back to McMillan, who can run. Hill gives chase. McMillan's away in towards the pocket. Ill-directed, however. And Dawson, in his 150th game, takes the mark.
Waite was expected at the top of the goal square. McMillan looked for the lead. Waite didn't bring it.
Subin, Wood couldn't complete the mark. Subin quick to recover, could have almost been held. And eventually taken. Well, no, Wood keeps it in play. He did well. Gives it to Sam Wright. Wright goes back to the half-forward region once again, and McMillan marks. This time he finds Petrie, who's going to be kicking from just outside 50. Just pops it up to the top of the square. Harvey at the back. Can't get there in time, and it's one behind.
26 seconds left. Will they run the length? They're going to have a crack at it. Sheridan straight down the middle. Straight through Main. Jacobs goes back to set it all up again. Right. 12 seconds left. Not time enough now. Told to go. Thumps it forward. Wait. Floats in. Gets his hands on it. And time should beat Ben Brown. Quality opening term here in the final game of round 4.